Hi, guys. So, we're here for another episode of Makeup and Chat. As you can see, I am barefaced. If you see me looking that way, I have my laptop on the side, but I will try my best to just focus on you guys and my mirror right here. Um, but baby, we need to talk about Queen Charlotte. It is a TV show that is on Netflix. It is a following story from the original Bridgerton series. Okay. And when I remember from the first show in the Bridgerton timeline, um, where the white girl married that beautiful black prince, or lord, um, I remember seeing the Black Queen. I was like, ooh, is she black? Is she light skinned? What is she? So apparently she was black this whole time. And her story is finally coming out 2 shows later. Is this series? Anyway, the third selection in the Bridgerton stories. It is about Queen Charlotte. So I'm going to do my makeup while I review Queen Charlotte with you today. Now, first, I'm gonna fix my eyebrows because before I got on camera, I I have no eyebrows. I just want to preface that I have no eyebrows, so I'm not coming on camera with no eyebrows. I'm gonna do something. I'm going to do something at least before I get on camera. But I'm gonna fix my eyebrows. But so this is not about the full show rundown. I think to be specific, I'm going to go over character by character overall. And I want to give my point of view on certain things, but we can't kick off this review of Queen Charlotte without the the queen of them all, Lady Danbury. Of course, we got to give it up to the dark skin girls. Anytime that I see a show highlighting a dark skin or woman of color, but dark color, I will always highlight first. That is my point of view. So, Lady Danbury, although I kind of did some type of research about Queen Charlotte in general, so apparently she is a true story, except some of the friends and the characters are fictionalized, fictionalized, fictionalized. I think that's the word. Um, so Lady Danbury, we cannot confirm or deny of her true existence. However, while I was watching that show, also I have an hour to get ready. I'm going somewhere. We have a celebration tonight, so hopefully I can finish my face and do my makeup in 1 hour. So, TikTok? Okay. Um, Green Charlotte. Lady Danbury. So with Lady Danbury, is it Danbury or Danbury? I know her name is spelled Danbury, but I just want to say there were so many lessons and also deeply rooted issues for Black women for me on that show that I had to pause a few times and rewind just so I can, match things with another. I hope. I mean, granted, they kind of give us her story, but I would really hope I was hoping they give us her own series in this timeline, but they didn't. Um, because from the very first install, you know what? That's the word I'm going to use now. From the first installment of this series, I can tell she was someone to not mess with. You know, she was someone who was very headstrong, who says what's on her mind and is very direct. Um, no nonsense type of woman, but also she was poised. She had a class about herself, and we can tell, like she was that elder that people respected, and I love that because we need that we need that figure for us to relate to, that black women are respected as an elder during that time frame. And as much as historically incorrect that a lot of this was, but it's nice to revel in the idea of what the 1800s were like, you know? Um, I've always been into those Renaissance type of shows. Is it even? Listen, I like me a gold. I was going to say a good old, but I said gold. A good old um, Hollister eyebrows. Remember that brand? What happened to that brand? Don't they have a Netflix series? Hollister, right? Give me the wings. I want those wings as my eyebrows. Okay, that's it. All right, let's. I think that's enough for the eyebrows, because if I keep touching it, I will mess it up like I did. Okay, I'm gonna take another swipe. This is Maybelline Unbelievable or L'Oreal. I'm not sure. It's one of those people. Okay, it done came off. Um, I need to fix this line here. I remember how Hollister used to have such a racist undertone. Like we have a outlet mall here in Orlando, Florida, where I live at. Um, and every time that we would go in there, they would just like eyeball me like crazy. If you were black going to any of these stores I'm about to mention, Abercrombie and Fitch, Hollister, um, Tommy Hilfiger, Polo, US Polo assignment, Gap. Weirdly enough, I worked at Gap. Yeah, I used to work at Gap. Not gonna hold you. Like I used to like their clothes because I went through my little phase of my prep girl phase. Like I was a preppy. Yeah, yeah. I was a prep girl. I was a preppy girl. Judge me. I do not care. I had my prep black girl preppy phase, and anyway, done with the Hollister eyebrows. Okay, I don't care what year we are in. I'm going to give you 2015 to 2017 makeup. Okay, I'm giving you that makeup. Don't ask me why I'm doing all. No, the new methods. I'm not doing that. I am not doing makeup the TikTok way. Okay, I'm doing makeup back when Mrezi was popping. Okay, I used to follow Mrezi when she first started in the game. Okay, if the real the girlies know. Okay, the girlies who used to follow the original makeup girlies, no, Mrezi. Okay, I followed Mrezi when she was like at 9,000 followers. Okay, when she started doing the extreme highlight on her face and like when she was highlighting everything, she was super highlighting everything, and then she got into having her own um camera, professional camera with her all the time, taking her pictures. Like her pictures was bomb. Like nobody was really like was no one was really doing makeup and photography on Instagram. People were just taking selfies with our, iPhones at the time, whatever phone we had at the time. But this girl was like, you know what? Forget cell phone. I need a camera. You're gonna see me. Was it like 720p back then? Yeah, girl. So, um, now I need moisturizer, Ambi moisturizer. Um, my go-to. Okay, I'm giving you fresh face. I know I just put on concealer on my eyebrows, but it doesn't matter. All right, Milk Hydro Grip. Anyway, Danbury. So I'm not going to go chronologically because you have a Netflix account, or you can borrow somebody's Netflix account information and you watch it yourself. Okay, I'm gonna go based on what I remember about her, because I don't have notes and I'm just talking. And if you would like to comment how you feel as well, go ahead and do so. So, number one, from what I realized, is that they made her the angry black woman trope. And I hate that for us. Hmm. Actually, she had quite a few tropes. And we'll go over that, right? So, first thing first, the angry black woman trope that she would do as an elder, right? So, as you know, or may not know, they go back and forth from the youth to adulthood, even though she was an adult, but like I'm talking in your 50s adulting years. So, apparently, when Charlotte was she was 17 when she was being married off by her brother, sold off to the white people. Um, yeah. When she was being sold off, I think Danbury was about 24 years old, because that's also the year that she mentioned when her Medicare husband passed. Um, there's one thing to. Okay, how do I start this? I'm wiping my hands with a makeup wipe from the primer. So I'm gonna start with my eyeshadow first. Um, when I watch a show like this, and there's a lot of conversations about women who marry older women, I mean older men, right? For security, or they like to call it sugar baby, sugar daddy vibes, or um sex industry. I I can never, I can never fully agree with people that says just because somebody marries someone that's older is pretty much selling yourself off. Um, I refute that rhetoric at all. Um, we should not bash a woman for wanting security. That can mean emotional security, that can mean financial security, or all of the above, right? So if I have to secure my future and my kids' future, and I chose to marry someone that's, 10 plus years older than me, that is my choice. Didn't we fight for choice? Didn't we fight for choice? Oh, okay. I thought we fought for our rights to choose, right? So how can we bash another woman for her own choice? Am I wrong? Am I wrong or am I right? I'm just saying. So in that same aspect, right? We also forgot the idea that there are some women who are sold into that lifestyle back then because we used to have this thing called arranged marriages. Um, and we still do in some countries, I believe nowadays. But in Lady Danbury uh, history, no, in Lady Danbury's story, is the fact that she didn't necessarily choose, right? And it was the deal happened when she was what, 3 years old? That contract was agreed a long time ago. And a lot of times on Facebook, we have these talking points about should marriage be about love or should it be about duty? And the perfect example of what duty is Lady Danbury, right? Because around that time, a lot of women didn't have the opportunity to fall in love, to marry for love. They were doing duty, right? They were doing political based marriages when it comes to monarchies. And as much as we want to disagree, is that a lot of women grow into loving their partner sometimes. And that's usually the case, right? So, or they grow into being comfortable being around such person after a while because we have this thing called habits, and the more often we practice certain habits, they become normal, they become routine. So you're just living, right? You just going with the flow, as they call it nowadays. And when you go with the flow, okay, hold on. I'm using this palette again. That is Top by Tighty Beauty, is by our girl Taina. She's in Atlanta, Georgia. So support my girl, Tighty Beauty. Um, in the honor of Lady Danbury, because she always wears such dark colors. So I'm gonna do a little dark makeup. Granted, I'm wearing white to this party, but in my hair gonna be red. Okay, I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm kind of scared. So wish me luck. All right, so I'm gonna go with Francique. Francique is here, so let's see. Anyway, so I believe from what I can recollect is that baby girl is from Sierra Leone, right? And she's already from royalty. However, to secure some type of deal between her country and being married to this man, the deal was done years ago, right? So after her husband passed, we got a little bit of more details about that situation, to where she mentioned that all she knows is this man, right? Because she was raised to know what he likes, she was raised to know what he doesn't like. So her identity only followed the man. And a lot of women can also relate to that, because a lot of women find their identity in their man. You know, they get so wrapped up into being in their relationship for a while, and they don't know anything else. So when the relationship doesn't work out, or when, in this case, the husband passed, they're like, well, who am I? We have to, start all over, and get to know ourselves in in that case. So we have that case with Lady Danbury, where she had to figure out who she was again. However, when we first started to meet her, we didn't know any of that. We just thought she was just someone married to an old man, right? Um, but given the fact that this was a duty based relationship, can we fault her for being the angry black woman? Can we? Right? Um, is it circumstantial, or is it personality? Hmm? Can we fault her though? I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question, right? So, identity. Um, Also, in that same time frame in the 1800s, women did not have rights, right? So a lot of times they had to do what they said. There weren't enough agency for the woman to be like, no, I refuse to be a part of this. So you had to run with it no matter what. You had to. There's no there's no if ands about it. It's the same way when Charlotte's brother tried to explain the duty to her about why she had to, marry this king to secure the relationship between both countries, right? But Charlotte was lucky enough, and I'm using that very loosely because of what happened with them. But today is about Lady Danbury, so let me stay focused. Um, with Lady Danbury, no choice on both ends, right? For black women, for both of those black women. However, with Lady Danbury, she got matched with a man that looked like he was about to croak anytime soon, and he did. Um, all right, that's enough. And with the fact that he looked like he was about to croak anytime soon, it made the situation really, really gross on from the outside looking in. So I'm gonna use the L's. I'm gonna ask her what the L stands for. Um, looks it's red. So okay. So with Lady Danbury, um, you know, As we watch those really weird sex scenes with the husband, we also realize that there's not much love and affection in the sex scenes. It's more of those sex scenes where I'm using you as an object because you're here and that's what you use that you here for that's your usefulness is sex and popping babies. I didn't even realize that she had children up until way later in the series, right? Way later in the series, we realized baby girl had kids. What? I think it was the funeral scene where we realized she had like four kids. Four kids. So being married off so early, she got four kids. So she was just there literally like have sex, pop babies. Have sex, pop babies. That was the energy that it was giving. Really, really. If we look at it that way. Have sex, pop babies. And when you just having sex and popping babies, we have what we called a transfer of power, right? Some people can get so wrapped up in their life they don't realize that I'm stuck, right? Granted, I did get the idea that Danbury was smart based on the way that she would talk to her maid or her right hand following the sex when, they're having those bath conversations. Um, that baby girl was smart, right? And she knew any day now that her suffrage will be over. Not only he was only, having bare conversations with her, no kissing, no nothing. However, I mean, I wouldn't kiss a man who look like that though. But that's besides the point. This is not about me. Okay. And so now I'm going to use noir, which is the black here. Um, and with that as well, she knew not to talk to him a certain type of way. One thing about Danbury is that she knew the type of man she had, right? A lot of time women get with men who have very extreme fragile egos, right? Extreme fragile egos. Extreme fragile egos. You hear me? Fragile egos. And when you have fragile egos in that manner, you have to talk to them a certain type of way. The way this man talked to Lady Danbury, he would put down her efforts as if she did not matter, right? The man completely disregard that she was a princess in her own right, in her own country. This is how much some men can devalue you. The man can act like she's not royalty. Because once you become their property, you no longer have your previous title. In some cases, the man forgets that you that girl. Okay? And sometimes they have this saying, do you want to win the war or do you want to win the battle for now? Right? And I felt like with Danbury, she knows the type of man she married, so she straddled the fence for a long time to appease his ego, right? And this could be something where I'm assuming, because we don't have the full story behind her story, which I hope we get soon. But a lot of times what I've realized is some men know who you are. Some men know your value. They do. They do. They know you that girl. They know you that girl. However, in their own um self-esteem issues, most times they don't want to recognize your statue because they want you to fall under them to make themselves feel better. They don't acknowledge your fortitude because it irritates their demons. Okay, so I wish my other brush wasn't wet, but anyway, we have to blend some. Um, they try to keep you underneath of them to make themselves feel bigger, right? So you have that dynamic in a household. So if you're a woman who have that dynamic in the household, how long are you going to stay there and endure that, right? If you know in your heart that you are okay with your current situation, then so be it, right? Forget what I'm talking about. Forget what I'm referring to. However, comma, if you realize that your husband or your partner dim your light all the time, that is not someone you need to be, right? We need to celebrate each other's light and not just one or the other. Because this is where we start building that resentment feeling like, dang, when will they see me, right? When will they see me as who I am? Now, I'm not saying be boastful and throw it in his face all the time. Like that you that girl. However, he needs to recognize you in your greatness, and that's on Derek, right? He needs to recognize that you are great. And a few times, especially when Lady Danbury got that ball done, he wanted to take the credit as if he did the job, not knowing that this lady went to bat to get him respect. I don't know if you guys realize, but black women tend to tend to work a lot on behalf of black men, and they don't get the recognition they deserve, right? Can we talk about that? Can I say that? I'm asking. Can I say that? Because baby girl worked real hard, sent out all her invitations for the ball that she want to have the first ball of the season at her house. That she got for, that she negotiated for him for. Hmm. ungrateful. The level of ungrateful that this man had to think because of his stature only that he got the benefits that he was complaining. The white men don't want to hang out with me. The white men don't want to do this. They don't want to, they want to do that. They don't want to do that. They don't do that. But your wife, unbeknownst to you, went and got you those benefits and negotiated on your behalf. All you want to do is complain, like some of these men be complaining nowadays. You want to complain and be around and don't want to take their spot in society. They want to complain and do nothing about it, right? What did he do about it? Nothing. All he did was come home and complain to his wife, the white man won't let me in. What can I do? Guess what? A black woman went and got the job done. I'm not, I'm not saying anything, but I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying the black woman got it done while he was complaining. I'm just saying the black woman got it done after my boy was complaining. Then Lady Danbury was like, okay, bet I'll I'll get I'll get to it for you. Okay? I'll get it done since you want to sit over here and complain. There's one thing I love about black women. When the opportunity strike, or we take advantage, right? That's no sleeping on it. When she saw Charlotte coming through to give us the leeway, the footing for the black community respectability politics to start, she said, I am on board. How can I spearhead this? And being chosen for this opportunity was an opportunity of a lifetime, right? Being chosen to be with Charlotte as one of her ladies in waiting was an opportunity of a lifetime. What do you mean? Opportunity of a lifetime. I'm gonna turn this way to make sure my blending is correct on this side. Since my window's right here. But opportunity of a lifetime. She said, we have the opportunity to make change happen. She said, I'm going to be a change maker, whether you like it or not. She said, I want a house. I want access. A lot of people think um, money ruled the world, right? Granted, it does in a lot of ways when it comes to economy and, well, basically economy. However, a lot of people have money, but they don't have access. Access is what people really strive for. money is a tool, right? Money is a tool to get you access. Because if I have money, that means I have the access to purchase certain items. I have the ability. I can't talk. I have the ability to go in places that I didn't have before, right? I can either pay my way in with my money, or I can network my way in because of my money. Money is important. However, the 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 effect of having money causes that, right? I work hard to get money. The effect of me having money is for me to have access to certain things or certain places or certain people. So when she had to ask for access for her husband, she was like, I don't need your money. I'm from royalty. However, I need access. And that's what you're going to give me. You want to barter? Access matters more. Because no matter what, how much money her husband had, he still didn't have access to where he wanted to be at. Right? No matter how much he can say, I went to school, the same school that the previous king went to, that didn't matter a lick, okay? It didn't matter at all because it still didn't gain him as much access as he needed. You need a way in, right? And that's when networking come in. So no matter what you do, guys, never forget to network your way into some access. And make sure it's genuine too, because people can tell when you're being fake. So make sure you are being real. Make sure that I think I'm gonna do classic 10. Make sure that people can tell that you are, you know, oops, that you are looking to truly network and do some good. So even before you get the money, you need to figure out, what do you need the money for? What is the end goal of you getting so much money? Because it's one thing to be like, well, I have all this money, but I have nobody to share it with, right? This is where a man can get a wife to share it with, or he can get access to a certain group of people to share the wealth with, or to build wealth with other people, right? To increase his network, increase his net worth. And that should change things. Technically, it's supposed to change things. So, in that regard, when we look at this black man who said, he worked really hard to get to where he was at in our community, but in other communities, it didn't matter because he still needed access in other communities. It, it's one thing to be black people rich, and it's one thing to be universally rich. And being universally rich means wealthy. And you can't have wealth without access. You can have riches with networking and people, but you don't build wealth until you have access. So, Lady Danbury understood that concept. And I believe that's how she came up with the idea of having the ball, right? How can I infiltrate this community and do it the proper way. And back then, the proper way was to do a party, a nice, classy party, a ball of some sort, right? She said, I'm coming out and I want to invite other communities to join. I'm going to send the invites and see who's willing to come out. And whoever that comes out, this is how I gauge what is the starting line and how much more effort I need to do to gain more access, right? So this can be where in real life here in America or in this modern time frame versus the 1800s, you can start slowly by going networking, right? You go networking and then you throw your own event, right? See if your current network support you or not. If your current network support you, you probably have an end. Probably do. You probably already have an end by doing so. Um, I look cute. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got 7 minutes. I have about 7 minutes. So while this is getting dry, so my lips have lip gloss. Let's take it off. Yeah. Honestly, I had to leave at 4:45, but it's 4:23 now. So since my makeup is my my eyeshadow's already like a lot. The lips are gonna be a little bit darker too, but more simple, if that makes sense. Um, how dark do I want to go? Okay, I'm gonna do black. Okay, don't worry, it will come out just fine. Okay. Um, the party. So infiltrate your personal network, and based on the result of your current network, then you can gauge how much more networking you need to do, right? See how easy it is to get down there? Okay. All right, now I'm gonna overline my lips because I'm crazy. Just a little bit though. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, guys. Don't be scared. I promise. This is gonna look okay. All right. So, Lady Danbury. Sorry, access. I was talking about access. Yeah. So a lot of people are looking for access, not necessarily money. Um, Money can put you in certain environments, for sure. Money can definitely change your zip code, your group of friends. However, that group of friends is through networking, right? So if I have no funds, I can't make it to these events. It's a very dark lip. You see. Yeah, very much dark. It's very much something. I don't know. I like the way it looks, but if I change my mind, we'll see. I like it though. Anyway, so okay, it's 4:30. Um, one more line of concealer. Okay, so this is a lot for this little shindig I'm going to. This is a lot. I don't think they deserve this much effort, honestly, for where I'm going. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. So access. The black woman in this case worked her access really well by having the now another thing about access is she was able to get access to the queen. right? The queen said, you know what? I'm going to do you this favor. I'm going to come through your party. When I say a favor, because she talked her into waking up because she was so goo goo gaga over this white man. I mean, the king. However, she had to wake her up and say, hey, listen, you're here for us, not for them. Okay. You're here for us, not for them. Can I remind you? You need to back me up on this, right? So the access to that startup friendship helps solidify her, right? So sometimes you might need a certain type of access to someone is the gold mine for anything you need. Okay? That one person that you meet can change your life, right? Just one person that you meet changes your life. It changes everything. Everything. Just one person changes everything for you. So network your way into some access. Make the money though. Make the money and network your way into some access and access the right people because through access you will meet the right person at the right time who will change everything in your life. Okay? However, also, let's talk about this. Access is one thing, right? But you need a topic, not so a topic, but like you need a purpose, right? The purpose has to be clear. The purpose had to be clear so people can get behind you in this access, right? Because it's one thing to only get access for vanity. Because when you meet that person that might change your life and you don't have a purpose or you don't have a platform, it's null and void. You waste the opportunity because that person doesn't know how to support you. That person doesn't know how to make that one phone call that would change your life. So you need a purpose. You need to choose something that you care about that people can get behind. And in this case, Lady Danbury was after inter- integration. She wanted us to kill segregation. You know, she became the face of giving the black people access. Did you see how when things started going to go awry, the black community came after her for next step after her husband died because she kicked it off. She kicked it off as the face of integration. Okay. She kicked it off by having that ball. She didn't even know, technically. She actually, hold on. She had a purpose in the beginning. The purpose changed. See, purpose can change over time. However, you need to have a starting point in your purpose journey. So her purpose in the beginning was to gain access for her husband and her. Period. Her husband, her family, her boys. She was thinking self. However, in the aspect of getting access for her family and also her gaining access to the queen, it helped solidify the party by the queen coming through to support her. Now, her new purpose is well, you now blending the white and the black in one stage. What's next? What's next? Anyway, so Her new purpose became, okay, I need to help my people, and my people need to be secure. So her new purpose was to act in the benefit of her people, our people, Black people, right? She realized, oh my husband died. What's my new purpose? Because she was looking for a new purpose, right? Because she explained that all she knew was her husband. All she was about was her husband. My husband this, my husband that, because that's how she was raised. We got to give her that, right? That was her thing. She even rejected um the queen's brother advances because she's like, listen, I just got out of a long relationship. I don't think I'm ready to get into back into another one. Like, can I be single for a while? Like, you know, can I be single for a while? Like, I have endured terrible sex for the last 7 years. I'm assuming she got married at 17, since she got 4 kids. So 4 kids, give and take 6 years to have 4 kids. She was about 24 when he died. So 16, 17 when she got married. So I think I want to, frolic around some more. Like she was frolicking with Violet's daddy. Mm. I mean, it was just one time, but it was building up. Okay. It was building up to it. It was definitely building up to it. So to finish this off, because I gotta go. It's been an hour. You taking my sweet time. I don't really think I need. I'm I'm gonna do the bottom. So with yeah, so she needed to have a new purpose after that man died. Her husband died. She got tired of men trying to tell her what place she's at, right? She knows she didn't want to be a side chick to um Violet's daddy, okay? Because he was still married when he slept with her. Granted, it's been a long time coming. You know the way he was looking at her and danced with her at her own ball, um, which is funny because God don't like ugly. Because Violet's wife was such a mean woman. She was such a Karen. If a Karen was in the 1800s, that would be her. Violet's mama. She just couldn't stand the idea of black people. You know? Oh my God, black people. Oh my God. Not black people. Not black people come and take our jobs. No, that was Charlotte's mama. She was she was a hot mess. Um, hot mess indeed. Where is my blush? My blush. Where is the blush? Lately I have been using more blush than anything else. Um, I used to want to contour my face to the gods, but I was Now I'm just like, no, give me some blush. I would rather blush. Give me some blush to blend my T-zone to my contour area. Give me some blush, okay? I be telling people, don't be afraid of the blush. The blush is your friend. The blush is your friend, okay? The blush is your friend. So I'm giving very much dark energy, dark feminine energy with this makeup, which is crazy because I'm about to wear white. It's gonna look amazing. Look at that. You see that? You see that? Okay. Let me move you here. Do you see that? Do you see that? Look at my mannequin head. Do you see that? Do you see what the rock is cooking? Okay. Do you see my makeup? The makeup is makeuping, isn't it? I think that's a good way to do it. Like this? Okay. Why didn't I do that before? That looks a lot better. Let me move my camera down here so y'all can see me and my gorgeousness. Yes. Anyway, so my mirror is right behind. Okay, so um one last touch with my Laura Mercier powder. Whoa, ringing in my ear. Ringing in my ear. Okay. Anyway, see that? I wasn't too worried. I wasn't too worried about my eyebrows looking all too Hollister in the beginning because I knew at some point that makeup was going to get on it. So same thing with my top lip here. But we'll fix that in the few. We'll fix that right now. See that? Boom. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. All right. I played too much. So, what's next? What I gotta do? Oh, of course. I have to put on the lashes. The lashes. That's what's left. All right. Danbury. So let's finish up Danbury. So access, right? So she gained the access she needed, and now she was the face of helping her black people. So her purpose has changed. Now, amongst her purpose changing, we looked at also her in her elder years, right? She's an adult now. She's still having the first party of the season. So that reputation stick even after her husband because see, the problem I have with some black men, right, is that he left her with no money. This whole time she thinking I'm helping this black man grow. I'm giving him status, okay? I'm giving him access to the white man's. I'm giving him, you know, what he's been looking for his whole entire black man life. And he was doing debauchery with the money. My boy was throwing money away, throwing money away to show off and not making no money. You know, sometimes some people don't know what to do with access. They don't. They don't know what to do with access. They don't know what to do with access. You start having access and you start getting into bumbush, debauchery, just partying, buying stuff, because you think access will always be there. And access stopped being there because you die prematurely. I mean, it was time for him to go. However, in real life, I'm saying you can die prematurely or you can lose your money. You lose your money, you lose your access sometimes too. If you didn't have real friends while you were gaining access, if you didn't build true friendship in your level up, you did it wrong. You did it wrong because you're supposed to build lasting relationship if you're going to be in that environment. Because how dumb would it be to have access and to waste it? Waste it. He could have made more money with his new access, but no. He just wanted to show off with the access. So Danbury over here working morning, noon, and night to keep the access coming, and he over here throwing it away. He left her with no money. It's not sick. It is a sickness, isn't it? Is this your king? Mm, mm, mm. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. You know? You worked so hard to help this black man and he left you destitute. I know she was mad. I just know she was mad. I just knew my baby girl was mad. Are you a Lady Danbury in real life? Do you find yourself in Lady Danbury? I think over time when she became an elder, building that relationship with Violet, she never told her that she slept with her daddy. And when it came out, it became awkward. However, I would have loved to see the retribution from that conversation. They didn't really talk about it. You know, Violet made it like a petty comment and she understood, and then they were just having their fake tea together. See, there's one thing about white women. I'm sorry. That white woman, she'll be faking your face. Faking your face. But if I had sex with your daddy, I'm not going to tell you either. Why? It was a one-time thing. It wasn't like I was a floozy or um yeah, a floozy. It was a one-time thing. We never saw it again. So I'm not I'm gonna keep it a secret. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about that museum. Well, was it a museum scene? No. Well, that one scene with Violet when she said, "You are, um, was it blessed or lucky, something like that." When Violet's husband passed, um, Lord Bridgerton. Um, See, Violet had the opportunity to fall in love as a white woman, and the black woman had a life of misery. That's one thing that I didn't like from this particular show. Why did the black woman have to suffer? Hmm? I don't remember the Asian women from the previous installment of the series of Bridgerton. I don't remember them suffering that much. It was more of a heroine story than a survival story. You know, the Indian, the Asian woman, because I'm not sure where she's from exactly, but the Asian woman, um, she she was strong by force. I mean, she was strong by choice, where she chose to study, to get into her books, to, she just was never chosen as a bride. So it became where she felt like she lost her opportunity to get wedded until, she found the love of her life. Where is where is Lady Danbury's love of her life? Hmm? Because Violet found her love of her life. Charlotte kind of did. Mm, was it? There was suffering there too. But where is the black woman's love of her life? Can we talk about that? Can we discuss that? Why does the black woman doesn't get her happy ending? Violet had what, 17 kids? I'm exaggerating, but she had a lot of kids and a lot of love. Her husband loved her till he died. Did did Lady Denbury get love? No, no, no. And even if she were to get with Charlotte's brother, it would not result into a love story. She didn't see him that way at all. This is my finishing powder. Okay. So I'm gonna get dressed and then I'll. Okay. So I'm back. Let me move you away from me and fix the camera. Well, I'm dressed. Okay. I think that's better. Okay. So to finish my amazing dissertation about this Lady Danbury. I love the woman she has become because she has come into herself. She has come to recognize her strength. Um, I wish she did remarry though. That would have been a better storyline for me. For me in particular. Like, let's say, she took 10 years to get to know herself as she needed, with her saying like if she didn't if she didn't I mean if she did remarry, let me know in the comments. If she didn't, I don't think she did get remarried again. I wish she did though. Cause that way she would have had her actual love story and not just that one terrible marriage that she had. You know? So I don't know. That's something else that we can discuss another time. But so this is the look. Do you like? Very Danbury inspired. It's kind of dark outside, guys, so you can't really tell. However, you like what it's giving. Anyway, so I'm gonna go because it's 5 o'clock and this is an hour and some change long. Um, be tune in for the next makeup and chat. See you guys soon. Bye.